Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining our webinar this afternoon, Harnessing Business Insights with SAP Business One and Microsoft Power BI. So before we start, let's introduce our speakers for today. Okay, our speakers for today will be Mheljohn, Sales Manager from Singapore, from B1 Solutions. The second speaker would be Radek Wirth, Head of Business Intelligence, as well as our third speaker, who is MJ, our Senior Power BI expert. Okay, let's move on to share about the webinar ground rules for today. First, all participants will be on mute during presentations to ensure audio clarity. Second, please ensure that your audio is routed through speakers or your headset for optimal sound quality. Third, if you encounter difficulties hearing the audio or viewing the presentations, please use the chat feature to notify the moderators about this issue. Fourth, if you have any questions, please click on the Q&A icon to enter them, and we will address questions from the floor during our Q&A session at the end. Okay, our agenda for today would be SAP Business One overview and live demo, followed by an overview and introduction of the B1 Solutions Power BI package, as well as a quick demo of our Power BI solution and how you can create interactive visualizations, followed by our Q&A segment at the end. Without further ado, let me hand over to Jamie to start off our first presentation. Jamie, please.
Thank you, Priscilla. Very good afternoon or good morning to everyone, and a very happy new year. So before we start the SAP Business One solution demo, I would like to give you a quick introduction about our company. We are B1 Solutions. We established in Switzerland in 2008. And we have built over 15 years of experience in delivering successful SAP rollouts across more than 60 countries. And with a global structure and regional expertise, we have supported clients on all continents, ensuring localized solutions tailored to meet the specific market requirements. And our solid relationship with SAP strengthened our ability to deliver impactful, scalable solutions for businesses worldwide. And this is our value proposition. We deliver a two-tier strategy that integrates SAP S/4HANA at the HQ level with SAP Business One for subsidiaries. This is to ensure seamless connectivity and scalability for global operations. And we offer our industry-specific solutions, includes solutions like for manufacturing industry, intercompany solutions, warehouse management solution, etc. This is to cater to the unique needs of the different industry and requirements. We also offer an optimal package solution, leveraging platforms like AWS, Amazon Web Services for cloud hosting, SAP Analytics Cloud, Power BI, and more, ensuring you have the best tools to meet your business goals and growth. And our 24/7 post-go live support ensures tailored SLAs, real-time KPI reporting, and multilingual support across global centers. We offer full transparency through monthly reviews, activity reports, and budget analysis so that you remain in the complete control of SAP Business One support packages. And so I guess most of you knows about SAP Business One. Just to give you some quick update on the statistic, and also for those who are new in the SAP Business One, what is this system about? So SAP Business One is a complete ERP solution specifically designed for all sizes of businesses. It helps manage every aspect of your business, from financials to sales, inventory, and also operations. And SAP Business One serves more than 80,000 customers worldwide, and it is widely deployed by global companies for their subsidiaries as well as small and medium enterprises. And with decentralized data management and also real-time insights, the solution supports localization, to meet regional requirements, enabling seamless rollouts across companies in different countries. And SAP Business One supports 50 countries localization and 28 languages. You can roll out to all your subsidiaries in a single platform while meeting the local statutory requirements. So, for example, SAP Business One support Malaysia e-invoice, Philippines CAS, Korea's VAT, e-tax, FCN, and so. And our local consultants are very fluent in the respective local languages, ensure smooth implementation and support for our customer too. So I'm sorry, this is the languages and also the country version SAP Business One supports. And yeah, so this is my last slide for the presentation. This is a simple, typical supply chain process flow. So SAP Business One connects CRM, sales, MRP, production, purchasing, and service function into a seamless workflow like this. From tracking sales opportunities and automating production orders to managing inventory and streamlining purchasing approvals, every process is integrated for real-time data and improve efficiency. And there are intelligence features like enterprise search function, translytical analytics. It gives a real-time forecasting, automated order creation, and actionable insights. So the whole system simplifies complex tasks and ensure accurate data-driven decision making. So let me give you a live demo to showcase the system and the key features. Okay, so this is the look and feel of SAP Business One when you log in. The first highlight is the real-time analytics. You can look at all the dashboard and KPIs on my screen now. This is pre-delivered dashboard and KPI. And you can select which dashboard and KPI that you would like to display on your desktop like that. And with SAP HANA in-memory technology, the data is processed instantly. So here you can see an interactive dashboard showcasing key metrics like a revenue versus the gross profit, top 5 customer, and the key KPIs such as the total AR invoices, the total number of sales order, etc. You can also drill down into a specific data point. So for example, using the customer 360 features, you can have a holistic view of customer data, including the total sales or the related sales information like the win-loss rates, the GP that you have generated from this particular customer up to date. Or you can look at the AR information as well. So for example, let me just get the refresh. For example, whether this customer has exceeded the credit limit and what is the aging, etc. Or if you are in the order fulfillment team, you may want to know what is the on-time delivery rate for this particular customer and also the fulfill days for an SO. SAP Business One is fully configurable, and you can choose which dashboard and KPI that you would like to display like that. And you can even add a new tab over here to customize your own dashboard if it is required. Okay, and additionally, you can also do a drill down into the outstanding or open AR invoices list to view the total outstanding invoices or outstanding sales order as well. Okay, this role-based data dashboard is configurable based on your function in the organization. And other than displaying in the desktop, you can also display the dashboard like this on the transactional level. So for example, let me just go back to one of my sales quotation. Okay, so this is the sales quotation I've created yesterday. And you can view the customer aging, okay, on the right panel over here. So this is a dashboard I have attached to this particular sales quotation. So give you an example, if the customer requests a discount after you send the quotation to them, the salesperson can immediately assess whether the quotation is negotiable rather than getting their aging information from the finance team. So indirectly, the salesperson can encourage the customer to clear the outstanding AR invoices quickly to enjoy the discount, and indirectly, it increase your cash flow too. Or you can have different dashboard. For example, I can look at the sales trend to see what is the number of inquiries that customer has approached me. So from here, right, I'll be able to see whether this customer is a good or true customer, because there are scenario whereby the customer may keep asking for quotation, but they never purchase from you. So you might not want to prioritize their inquiries anymore. And the other great features is the relationship map function in SAP Business One. Let me just open a sample function. Okay, so this is what I have. And right click by looking at the relationship map, right? You can have an overview of the document mapping at a glance. So this is an example where you can see there are two DO derived from a single sales order and then combine into an AR invoice. And this gives you a very good and complete picture what is the document flow in SAP Business One. And this features is available in the purchasing documents also. And SAP Business One is fully integrated with a Microsoft 365. So you can send your quotation, you can send your purchase order from the system directly to your customer or to your supplier. Okay, and as you just seen, SAP Business One provides a robust foundation to manage your business. So to truly maximize its potential, integrating it with the advanced analytics tool like Power BI can take your data insights to the next level. Okay, and next I'm going to hand this section back to my team to share with you a lot more about Power BI.
Okay, thanks, Jamie. Now can we invite Radek to give a sharing about an introduction to Microsoft Power BI and the B1 Solutions Power BI package. Radek, please.
Thank you, Priscilla. Sorry. Happy New Year to everybody. Let me start with the Power BI slides. Let's see this slide. I will talk about business intelligence, about analytics in general. Then I will talk about Microsoft Power BI in detail. We'll have a look into how Power BI looks like, what's the offering, where we do see connectors, and so on. And then I will present some slides showing our predefined dashboards. But I will not waste my time here and pass over then to MJ, who is going to show you that on live. I think that makes far more sense. And he will also show Power BI Desktop. And the last thing, we're gonna get into a Q&A session and discuss your questions. So, wow, that takes a very long time to switch slides. Sorry. I'm not quite sure if
it's okay, let me try.
Yeah. So what does it mean? What does analytics mean? So if we look at explanations for analytics in general, so we are talking about specific areas of analysis of data, such as website analytics, or if we talk then in detail about BI, we are talking about specific systems that are analyzing data, for example, sales, service, supply chain, production. So in particular, BI vendors, when they use the word analytics, they basically mean statistical and mathematical data that analyzes clusters, segments, scores, and predict what scenarios are most likely to happen. This is what Gartner says about it. There are many other ways how to interpret that, but I think that's pretty much what we should keep in mind. But this is very complicated and also very general. So what does it mean? What are we going to talk about? I clicked. Oh. So in a nutshell, a BI system is a is a decision support system. It should basically answer the questions, the business questions that you have. For example, if you are running a query in SAP Business One, I guess every one of you had done that so far. it should answer a question. So this is the same for BI systems, where we are taking the query and the load out of your system and using that on a spreadsheet, on a dashboard, answering your question, showing you a nice dashboard with diagrams, with KPIs, and allow you then to investigate far more, drill down far more into data, and that's why BI systems are most commonly called decision support systems. When we see, well, this is an example of a Power BI dashboard already, but I guess it could be done in other BI tools as well. When we see that, we clearly can see that that this is easy to see, easy to read, and easy to understand, because you, on the left-hand side, you have your KPIs. So the first thing that you look at is the 50K of total volume, or the market share, which is 32%. So you can easily, from week to week or month to month, can see how the business is evolving, if the numbers are changing, and you can also see your total units overall, or a variance. So you directly can see and spot good things, positive evolvings, or maybe issues you have in your business. So this is Microsoft Power BI. We have on-premise solutions for Microsoft Power BI, which would be, for example, the product Power BI Desktop, which is the starting point, where you can link up with multiple tools, with connectors. We have over 200 connectors to link up to, so you can link to the complete Office portfolio. You can link to a SQL server, to a HANA server, can link to Salesforce or to any other CRM based tools, to websites, for example, as well. So with this tool, you can start creating your reports, uploading them then to a Power BI server, which also is on-prem, and then you can start sharing your created reports or dashboards in the company. Of course, the reports come via a tool, via a web tool, for example. So you can use and consume your dashboards and reports on any device, such as a mobile phone, or maybe a tablet, or even your personal computer or laptop. Yeah. So these visuals are not fixed, are not set. So you can hover over it. It will bring you more information. Also, you can see the additional data by just moving your mouse over it, as well as if you click on something that you see, it will automatically filter the whole segment of the dashboards if this is set up. You can see these effects here on this slide. And now because the first slides were talking about on-prem, so let's talk now about on cloud. Of course, Microsoft is also using that on cloud. We have all the data and all the possibilities also on a cloud version, which means that whatever you do on your on-prem solution, you can push it very easily to the cloud. Okay, so everything can be transferred and migrated into the cloud as well, and used from there. This slide shows basically a common way or overview. It's just a partial overview. As I said, we have over 200 connectors, so it's most likely will not fit in one slide. So this shows how this can be connected, how we can connect many things into the Power BI products and tools. What happens with the data? So loading the data, transformation of data by filtering out data, or maybe even aggregating data, and then loading that, giving that to a Power BI service, and creating dashboards and reports out of that. And in the end, we can see business users that are consuming those reports. Why Microsoft Power BI? Well, Microsoft is a huge company. It's leading this segment of BI. We have a huge spread. So we have a very big community. This tool, wait a second, sorry. This tool is it's easy to learn. It's an innovative UI, so it's basically linked to how the Office or Microsoft products works. So if you are working with Microsoft products anyhow, you will have an easy time to learn that and to quickly jump into it and create your first dashboards already. We have lots of templates, and as I already mentioned, over 200 connections to the software and services. And it's very cheap. So it starts already from $10 a month. Okay, so this is the minimum you need in order to start working on with Power BI is $10. So I see I already reached the end of the slide. So now let's have a look on the predefined dashboards, because you may imagine that it takes some time to create dashboards and to create everything. So you may not be interested in doing that. So we already did the heavy lifting for you, and we created around 15, 16 dashboard slides that you can use right away. Okay, so we call that predefined dashboards, which can be purchased from us, from B1 Solutions, and this can be easily implemented in your system. It doesn't matter if you use SQL or HANA. It will be installed and set up so that your data will be loaded into the systems and shown on the dashboards. Let me quickly go over them because, and I don't want to spend too much time in here because MJ will show you that in live. So we have a revenue dashboard. We have a month-to-date sales overview. This brings also sales details. It's basically the base data that comes along and is being used to represent this data in dashboards. We have a P&L, which we are starting with summary, then also with the total expenses by month. We are showing the income statement, which can be amended by your needs. And we have a balance sheet overview, which, yeah, as I said, can be amended by your needs. We have cash flow slides and cash flow dashboards that shows you the AR and as well the AP side. And also informations about the bank. On this slide, you can see that we are taking demo databases in order to present these or create these dashboards. So if you're asking yourself, well, I'm running a company with multiple databases with multiple locations. Yes, of course, this is possible, and these dashboards are created in order to serve you well if you have multiple locations. And then let's move on to SCM, supply chain overview, order analysis and item analysis, as well as inventory overview, a purchasing overview, as well as a sales overview. So the B1 Solutions predefined dashboards, as I already mentioned, what do you need? You need a license. Of course, we looked into it a few slides ago. You need, of course, to contact us because this is something that we created and we did already, so you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Of course, we can amend these slides and dashboards for you. So I guess we will talk about, for example, changing the logos, changing maybe the colors so that it fits to your company structure and given colors by your company. And then we need to check, of course, if the currency, if the system currency is the same in your databases. But this is basically it. And then we can already start implementing the system on your infrastructure. Okay, and basically these steps take normally approximately a week, so maximum up to a week. So just just keep in mind whenever you want and you want to start with the predefined dashboards, just get back to us, to your direct sales contact, and they will take it from there. Let me see if I have another slide. No. So let me pass back to Priscilla.
Sure. Thanks, Radek, for the insightful introduction to Power BI. So just a heads up for our audience as well that the screenshots of the dashboards by the B1 Solutions team will also be included in the slides handouts that will be sent out to everyone after this webinar. Okay, so just give me a few seconds before I hand over the control over to MJ.
So thank you, Radek, for the preview of the Power BI. So let me share my screen. Yeah. Okay. Can you now see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So here, as Radek mentioned, here are the four predefined dashboards that we have in this B1 solution. So first we have the revenue, and then we have the supply chain, BNL or the profit and loss, and then the cash flow. So these dashboards are posted in Power BI service. So if you have a team that you want to view that particular dashboard, you can share it through Power BI service so that you don't have to share the actual file of those dashboards. So now we have the predefined dashboard for the revenue. By the way, this is the website version, because as Radek mentioned, it can also be viewed on the tablet or mobile phone, but doing that will be a different structure of the dashboard. So for the revenue, we have here the annual sales. So in this portion, we show the summary of those revenue data, where it shows us the total numbers of those data. And also we have the comparison of those data from current year and then this year. So as you notice, we have here the total number of sales, and then we have the previous sales and the comparison or the percentage of those two KPIs. And then we have the comparison by trend. So in this example, we have the cumulative sales comparison of the sales revenue. And if we want, let's say, for example, we want a monthly comparison, we can switch it to a monthly comparison. Something like this. So right now, we just have to show the the data level in order to view where are those numbers. So if you hover those particular months, so for example, for July, you will see the numbers per year of those sales. So for July, you will see the 2022, 23, and 24 data. And then we have the sales by country and sales by product and services. So this is more on the comparison in terms of how many are the quantity of sales of each country. So we will see the denominations of those sales or those data. And then we can also add on the bottom line the top 10 sales or the top 10 account by top 10 account by sales. So just notice here it is a descending number of data, and then showing us who is the most sales in terms of the company. And then the good thing in Power BI is we also have the smart narrative. So in this example, we create or we define a particular text, because most of our salespeople or most of our viewer usually wants a quick summary or quick insights of their data. So in Power BI, we can also put a smart narrative where it will be defined, or it will easily show those quick insights in terms of the posted charts that we have here in our revenue dashboard, in our overview. So in this smart narrative, it can be also modified or create something that will be more attractive to the viewer. But for this example, it's just a default version of the summary. And then we have the month-to-date sales. So this is more on the deep down analysis in terms of the account and the sales by item group. And also, if we will hover or select particular account, it will show us the trend on the right side portion of the charts. And also, let's say, for example, what if I want to, instead of hovering or instead of selecting this particular account, I want to select or filter so that it will not move every time I move the mouse. So it can be done, but by doing showing the slicer. So in the Power BI, we can show or hide particular slicer, particular filter that we want, depend on the design that we want in the Power BI. So in this initial design of revenue dashboard, we hide or show the particular slicer in order to get more space in our dashboard. So here we can say, let's say, select a fiscal year, and then it will show us the changes in the data. And then let's say I want a specific account. So let's say this one. Oh, so it's no data. So let's say so we still have no data. Let's find some other information. So there's a lot of items, and let's find some this there. Yeah, so it can show, or let's say it can be posted or it can be printed the way we want the dashboard to be. And then let's say the client or the viewer wants to get the specific value of our data. On the third tab, we have here predefined information that we can select a particular account. So for example, we select the B group, and then we select the AR invoice, and then we want this to be extracted or exported in Excel. So in order to do that, we can have the upper right portion of the table, and then we can, let's say, export the data, and then we can select what kind of version or what kind of data do we want to export. So in this example, we will only get the data with current layout, and then we will now have our exported kind of data. See, can you see the Excel? Okay, so
Yes.
here, so this is the one way to present the data in Power BI, and also if we want to get a particular information, we can also design the Power BI to have this kind of table in order for us to export the data that we are presenting in Power BI. Okay, so that's quick overview for revenue dashboard. And then now we will go to supply chain. So let me close this one. So as mentioned earlier, we also have a supply chain report wherein we will show the overview of our inventory, of our purchase of the vendor, and also the current sales order or the current quotation that we have in the warehouse. So in this example, we have the overview of the total orders and the percentage of in terms of the delivery to us by the vendor. So for example, if we purchase a particular item and we want that the item in the particular date, and then how many of those our orders have been delivered to us in terms of on time and in terms of the line item. So in this example, this is more on the overview of the other tabs that we have. And then on the next is the other analysis. This is more on the analysis in terms of the vendor, of how many orders that we have in each vendor, and what are the KPIs, the percentage in terms of KPIs that we have in each vendor. So for example, we have here the ACS, and then we have 472,000 orders on those vendor, and how many percentage in terms of full delivery that we already have in those 472,000 orders. And also in the but in this chart, we have also the analysis or the quick analysis of those KPIs that we have. As you notice here, we have the trend lines. So that those trend lines indicates us that in terms of the 90 days of our orders, we can see that every time it will show either turning higher or turning low, meaning in terms of the orders for this example, our orders are increasing from in terms of 90 days, and then On the other table, which is the in full trend, meaning how many of those orders that we have from the 90 days that are being delivered in full. So as you notice here, it's showing us the decline trend line, meaning the more we get in the 90 days, the lesser orders have been fulfilled in terms of those orders. And then we have next is the item analysis. The item analysis now is more so on the terms of the product or SKUs that we have ordered for the client, for the vendor. So in this one, this is more one of the examples that we can do in Power BI. So in this example, we have the table chart. So in the table chart, we can also, aside from showing the uh, numbers, we can also define or added some features in terms of the graphs and trend lines. Okay. Next, we have the inventory. So this one is more on the inventory side, that what we have in the warehouse. So in the inventory, it's more show in the DSI or the sales inventory, the days sales outstanding, and the turnover ratio. So in this inventory tab, it will show us how many days before our current inventory can be turned into days. And then the other one is to how many times of with our current inventory can be transported into sale, or how many times can be replaced or replenished within a particular year. So that's how the turnover ratio means. Is for this example, let's say here in the overall, it means that all of our inventory in the warehouse can be replaced 4 times in a particular year. So this is one of the KPI that we added here in the inventory. And then for the purchasing, it's more on the purchase order that we have. So we have also the total of those numbers, and then the cycle time or the approval rate or approval time of our POs. And also the KPIs in terms of the PO accuracy, purchase order fill rate, on-time delivery, and purchase defect rate. So PO accuracy rate is more on the how many of our PO had been delivered us without any error, meaning all items are perfectly delivered or purchased. And defect rate is more on the returns returns of those items that have been delivered to us, and how many those are defective or not usable. And then we have here the sales. So sales is more on the comparison in terms of the sales order and then the sales quotation. So it's more a quick overview of the total quantity of those items that we have been sent to the customers. Next, we have the P&L. So in the P&L, it's just more of the profit and loss analysis. So we can see here the revenue, cost of goods sales, gross margin, expenses, and net profit. It is more a quick overview of our cash flow, of our expenses. So we have here the total summary or the overview, and then we have the analysis in terms of the expenses. So let me wait for little more for it to load there. And then aside from this one, it can also be, as mentioned earlier, it can be interactive. We can select particular account to show the trend of those accounts. And then we have here the income statement. The income statement is more on the quick overview of our expenses and credits. So this is more like a pivot table. So it just look like the pivot table in Excel, but it can be also done in Power BI. So in this one, we can see the overview or the total summary in terms of the design or the alignment of those expenses. So for example, I want to select financial expenses. I will the right portion will show us those accounts and how many are the credit and debit and the balances of the selected accounts. So let me wait for a little longer. So there. And then we have the balance sheet. So currently in the balance sheet, what we only have in our data is the turnover and the operating expenses cost, or the accounts that are available in the demo. So for this one, it can show us the entire data or amount in terms of the per month analysis. So as you notice here, it's breakdown in per year, per month, and we have here the total in the end. And next we have the cash flow. So let me close this one, and I have the cash flow. So the cash flow is as mentioned earlier, it's just a simple representation of the report in terms of the money flow in our company. So it is been shown in a simple manner versus from the other dashboard that we have. So here we only show the total amount and then receivables and payables of those cash flow. So we have here the receivables where it shows the monthly value, and then we have here the payables, which is showing the monthly value, and also the color here also represents the value if it's higher or lower in particular targets. So here we already have the positive, and then everything is a negative. And then the bank details, which is more a summary if you want to filter particular field, like let's say the demo country, and then it will show what are the current in the bank and what are the receivables and payables. And yeah, so that's it. That's for our predefined dashboards in Power BI. So now, if you are wondering how how we are doing this Power BI in order to create this dashboard. So in the next portion of this report, we will just show you the Power BI desktop and how we will put or make some sample design of the dashboard. So let me open a Power BI desktop. Okay, so the Power BI desktop is something like this. So as mentioned earlier, this is one of the Microsoft platform, and it can be downloaded for free. So in the Power BI desktop, you will see this kind of panes. First, we have the menu. And then we have the menu wherein we can show, it shows the shortcuts of those features of Power BI desktop. And then on the right side pane, we will have the data that we want to analyze or design in the Power BI desktop. And then we have also the charts available. And then on the left portion, we have here the report view. The report view is this one, which is where we will design our this is a canvas, or this is where we will design our charts. And then we have here the next is the table view. This one will show us what are the data that we get from the databases that we added in the Power BI desktop. And the last one is the model view. This is how our data is connected, so that if we want our data to be interactive in other charts, it will be designed in this portion. So now we will create some dashboards or some charts to show you how it's done. So in order to do that, first we need to get the data. So before we put the data here in the data pane, it is added to the get data portion in the home tab, and then we can select particular databases that we want. So as mentioned earlier, it can be SQL, it can be SAP, and other databases that are available in the internet or in the web. And also, if you are using Microsoft already, you can also add the SharePoint or the SharePoint list or the Excel files. And it could be also used, or we can connect other databases that we have in the aside from the most common databases such as SQL and SAP. So as Radek mentioned, there are more than 200 databases that we can put in Power BI. So in this example, we added just a simple Excel, which is the FCT financials. And then now we will create a particular chart. So for example, I have my sales here. And then in my sales, I want to show the denomination or the sales per country. So in order to do that, we will select first the particular charts So in this example, I will select the donut. Yeah. So in this chart, there has a common or different kind of charts that we can be added in the Power BI. And also, if we want to have more, or let's say, let's say modified charts, we can go to the App Store of the Power BI. So for this example, I just select the donut chart, and then I will add my sheets. Then after that, I will want to, since I mentioned the country, I will have or select the country, and it will go to the legends. So now I have now the simple donut chart for the sales. And then next, let's say I want the denomination, or I want the chart where it will show me the product and the segments of those charts, of those data. So I will select a stock bar chart there. And then again, I will put the sales. And I want the segment first to show those major this category. And then I will have the product as my secondary for data. And then after that, I want to get the information or get the value or the data labels. I can add it here on the data labels. And then I want to show, since this is default by Mheljohn, I want to show only the standard there. So now I have the simple chart that it can be done and posted in Power BI, Power BI service. So if we have multiple charts that we have, and we can also create a simple dashboard. So in this one, I already have a prepared one. So this is one of the sample dashboards that we can define or create in Power BI. So as you see, this is a simple design, and then it can be shown as the same as what we have in Excel. So this one is also interactive, wherein if just hover a particular segment, it will show us the portion of those the portion or the denomination of those segment per country. And also it will design, or it will show the trend line in terms of per month. Same thing with the sales by country. We can also select or change those information. So now, since I already have this one, and now it can be published in the Power BI service. So after I will just only have to click the publish portion. But for this example, I already have one in Power BI wherein we can have this kind of Power BI dashboard in service. And also we have here the charts that we already have. Okay. So I guess that's it for the presentation of our interactive dashboard or predefined dashboard, and how to show, or how to show you how we will create the Power BI.
Thank you very much, MJ, for the detailed presentation. So Power BI is a very comprehensive business analytics tool that would be usable for many companies across many industries. So as you can tell, it is very comprehensive, and would definitely be able to help support most of your business, if not all of your business operations. So if you would like to get further information or further more detailed consultation, please feel free to reach out to us anytime. Okay, thank you everyone once again for taking out time to join us for our webinar session today, be it whether it's your afternoon or in your morning. Thanks a lot for your time. And please do also give us another 1 more minute to submit the survey after the end of this webinar. So the survey will actually show up automatically in your browser after this webinar ends. So we hope to get some of your feedback regarding our webinar so that we are able to further improve on our content for future events as well. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you join our upcoming future events. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.